Warning. The following poocast features two comedians with ulcerative colitis talking number two's post-J-pouch surgery. They are expert craftsmen working to bring laughter and end the shit stigma stinking up our world. These are not medical professionals. For real medical advice, please consult your local physician.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Turdsville with your hosts, David P. and Kiwi. Pouches for them boys in the bathroom making noise in their town. It's always brown.
How do we do that as the intro?
Turdsville party time. Excellent.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. That's right.
Hey, welcome to Turdsville.
Hey, Turdsville from Brazil.
Oh, wow, we got international turds. Welcome from Brazil. I don't know why a Brazilian flag is here.
Oh, yeah?
Does anything on the episode have to do with Brazil?
No, eh? You know Brazil?
I know Brazil, yeah. I know they bow just like the Japanese.
Brazil.
Oh, yes, Brazil. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this flag right now, but...
So how were your poops this week?
Oh, I have a story from you from today. Wow. First off, shout out to all Brazilian fans. We love you. Respect.
There's a little shit stain on there.
Is there?
It's not shit, but it's like...
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I carry that flag around with me from like 12 to 2, and so it gets some schmutz on it.
So this is in the bathroom with you?
No, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be Purelling as soon as we get
But there's it has a pencil at the end.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, let's get into my shit.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So I had an interesting one today. I slept a little late, and I ate my breakfast really quick. I had to run out for a follow-up doctor's appointment, post-kidney transplant. I'm post-op now, so I have a lot of follow-up appointments. So I'm rushing to get out, and I didn't have time to move my bowels after I ate breakfast. But I felt okay. I go in, they're rushing me through. I see the doctor, I do the blood work, and then I'm like, I'm feeling it. I gotta take a dump. Bathroom was locked on the floor with my doctor over at Columbia. So now I'm in like a little bit of a panic. I'm like, oh, okay. But I think I got a few minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this deli across the street.
I just want to say I don't like where this is going.
Oh, no. Do you want the end of the story now?
No, I'm just getting worried and sad over here.
Well, there's some anxiety going on, but I know this deli's right across the street. Tasty Deli in the Bronx, highly recommend. So I walk in and I see the bathroom has a big out of service sign. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Maybe I could run back to the hospital. Right as I'm thinking I'm gonna do that, the woman who works in the deli walks out of the bathroom. And I go, hey, what? It says out of service. What's going on? She said they put the out of service sign up just so random people don't go
do
into
heroin there, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever, like don't go into the bathroom. And I said, so it's working? She goes, oh yeah, it's totally working. So I'm like, oh, okay. Took care of my business, got a sandwich, dipped.
I thought you were going to say you poopy your pants.
I said that on a previous episode, but this was I was able to make
Close but no cigar coming out of your ass.
It was a close call.
Yeah,
but
no, it's good.
Thank you.
It's good that it was working. I'm glad. I feel like a lot of places do that. Yeah.
But the out of service sign, if you saw that and you really had to take a dump, you'd be like, oh no.
I would probably enter, and if there wasn't poop on top of other people's poop, I'd probably use it.
I'm glad you said this.
Yeah.
I tried the door and it was locked because that woman was in there.
Did she say anything?
She didn't say anything.
Occupado.
No, she said nothing, but she happened to come.
She said nothing.
Okay. All right. We don't need this many high fives. This is too many high fives for this. Oh shit. Well, how was your shit? How was your shit this week? I mean, again.
No, I thought you were going to say you shit yourself. I'm glad you didn't.
It was a swerve because sometimes I'll tell that story and I'll shit myself, and sometimes I'm a clean machine.
Dude, it sounds like if it was actually out of service, though, you might have pooped your pants.
It would have. There was a pizza place next door, and I checked in just after to see what the situation was, and that pizza place has one of those door codes on it where you have to buy something and then get the code from the receipt. And I was like, oh yeah, I definitely would have shit my pants if that woman didn't come out at the time she came out.
One thing I have some good news, actually. I want to share some good news. We talk about Shein famous foods, insert logo here. I had the ball sack to go least, I was doing no spicy, and I went least spicy, okay? And it was all right? So what do I do after least spicy? I went up regular spicy, and it was okay.
All right.
And I did that yesterday. I got 2 regular spicy things, and I ate one for lunch and one for dinner.
Okay.
And yeah, and it was good. It was fine.
Oh, so you're able to handle spice?
Yeah, but it's I mean, I guess spices are it's different than like a habanero. It's that mala numbness, you know, the Shein like season. It's like I'm not sure what different kinds of spices would do to my body. But I when I took the shits afterwards, it was like my body definitely knew that there were foreign agents there from like a spice land, you know, like, oh, this is a different. I would equate it to probably a normal person eating something very spicy, like a whoa, was like me eating something pretty spicy.
Are you gonna up the next spice level?
Oh, extra spicy? No. Have you done extra spicy before?
I haven't, no, because their shit is like
It's spicy.
already spicy.
Yeah, it's already spicy. I'm scared. I might do it, but I'm definitely scared.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm not going to do it as of now.
Yeah.
As of now, yeah.
Well, the problem is if you get something that's too spicy, it ruins the dish.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go less than the spice, you could always add extra spice
Yeah.
after if you want to spice up your life, as the Spice Girls say.
Yes. So happy to have our guest though this week. Right?
Yes.
He's very funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna be able to get this out.
Yeah, I've known him for a while. He's really funny. You don't really know. You know when we had one of our previous guests on, and I said sometimes words aren't enough to suffice to say. I don't think words are currently enough. I might just say some noises. Oh, Tickles the Clown. Ladies and gentlemen, Tickles
Thank you.
the Clown.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. I'm glad to be here today with you fine gentlemen discussing things that need to be talked about.
Tickles,
Happy to be here.
we're talking turds, we're talking toilets, and we're glad to have you on.
Oh boy, let me tell you, I love talking about turds, toilets, and poopies. So I'm here for it. I'm ready. I've got all the things that I need. I got my trusty old slide whistle here. I have the power of a god. I can honk a horn at will. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on, gentlemen.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. I mean, the first question we ask every guest: what makes you a resident of Turdsville?
So what makes me a resident of Turdsville is about a year and a half, 2 years ago, my mother was diagnosed with colon cancer. I believe it was stage 4, so it was pretty serious.
Sorry to hear that, Tickles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're
it
going
was-
from the slide to the serious.
Listen, we're going to the sad slide.
Slide. The slide
Oh,
to
that's
the
too
side.
high. Let me try the sad one. That was me when I heard the news from my mother. It was a very emotional moment for me. I tried not to react too much because you got to be strong for mom, but she was clearly upset. And then over the course of that year and a half, I was with her as she went through chemo, radiation, and eventually had surgery to remove that portion of her colon. At which point she received the colonoscopy bag. And there were some struggles along the way with that as well.
You're talking about an ostomy bag, and I'm not.
Oh yes,
yeah.
yes. I'm not a medical professional. I don't know the terminology here. I apologize.
I don't want us to seem like we're belittling the fact that your mother got colon cancer.
No,
but-
she legitimately got colon cancer.
Yeah,
It was very difficult time for all of us, but
yeah, but I mean, your mom is
Excuse me.
is she a clown as well, where she has like the nose and the so.
No. She's a non-clown. My father and his grandfather, they're the clowning part of the family. My mother, working class woman, very, very good lady, very hardworking, very strong, but not a clown. No.
Okay, yeah.
I can understand why you would assume that, though.
Well, I just wanted to know how, during colonoscopy, how the gastro would react if he saw a clown versus... Because I know there's a lot of clown discrimination going on in the world, and yes. I'm disgusted by it, but I'm curious to hear about this situation with your mother. So she has the ostomy bag permanently?
Yeah, she has it on permanently. I believe they removed, I don't know the exact portion, but I believe it was like 40% of her colon.
She had a partial colectomy.
And I believe also portions of the rectum as well. She's got it permanently. She's adjusted to it pretty well. There were a couple rough months, but I think for the most part she's adjusted to it. So it's good, It's no longer so sad, It's not a... It's much more... she's made a good recovery. She's very resilient, my mother.
Would you say she is sliding back to normal?
I would say that she's sliding back to normal. If not, she's already slid there,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Tickles, what is your mother's Hebrew name?
My mother's Hebrew name is Ashalem Muhammad Ali.
Okay, I just need to know to say her in my prayers.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Muhammad Ali, like the boxer.
No, it's
like the clown. There was a clown by the name of Muhammad Ali. He's a very good clown. He punched a lot of children, but he was good. He was good at what he did. It was entertaining in the 1920s.
Wow, and he predated Muhammad Ali, the boxer.
Yes, in fact, there's some debate as to whether or not he inspired Muhammad Ali to change his name to that, which I would imagine so.
Yeah, I could easily see Muhammad Ali stealing the gimmick from your family.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no question about it. Clowns have been getting ripped off for centuries now. I think that's a known fact.
It's really disgusting to me that he made all that money off of the name that your family made.
It wasn't my family.
Okay.
Different clown. We're not. I mean, there's many families of clown. There's many families of clown. But yeah, I think we should we should all hold our horns in protest of that situation. Just give it a good honk.
Yeah, when I see these protests in New York City, I'm always wondering, why is there not one for the clowns?
I'll tell you why. It's because we don't get the respect we deserve. We are a marginalized group on the thresholds of society.
Oh, tell me, how have you been discriminated against as a clown?
Well, for one instance, this is just one instance of many. I was walking through a rough neighborhood at night, and I got my unicycle with me. It's got a flat tire, so I got to walk. And a group of guys, a group of some very aggressive-looking Puerto Ricans approach me, and they say, "Hey, honky," and I go, "Who, me?" And then they kicked my ass, and they stole my jelly beans and took my unicycle. Went to file a police report. They couldn't stop laughing. It's ridiculous.
So the police didn't take you seriously?
No, they didn't. Even when I used my sad slide whistle, even when I went, I was just robbed. They started cracking up. I didn't understand. No, they didn't. It was ridiculous.
If anything, Tickles, I think it's a testament to how good you are at what you do that the police, erupted in laughter when you had this sad tale.
That was the one thing I took away from it,
Yeah, so
in addition to the herpes and syphilis?
Oh, yeah, well, that I already had, so I didn't take away anything from that.
Oh, nice.
So where do you like to ride the unicycle?
I kind of go uptown, downtown, wherever I imagine elephants would be, because we're always on the lookout for those to add them to the circus. Not too many in New York City. Haven't seen one yet, but I am hopeful. So, yeah, I kind of just ride it everywhere.
Have you been to Bushwick?
I have been to Bushwick. A lot of weirdos down there, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on over there?
You could find some elephants there,
Yeah, I guess. And a lot of freaking hipsters on unicycles. They don't understand the culture behind it. That's the problem. Elephants. They don't understand the heritage of unicycles.
When you see some hipster on a unicycle, how do you perceive that from your clown perspective?
Well, at first I'm a little bit flattered, right? Because it's like, hey, he's trying to, he's trying to use something that I appreciate. But at the same time, you go up to that person, you ask them what they know about clowning and the history of clowning, and they know nothing. Which that to me is the disrespectful part.
That is very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
I would not touch a unicycle unless I had at least a year of clown college.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of great clown colleges you can go to. You will end up in more debt than any college in America. It's a trade-off, but it's worth it.
Have you ever, as a clown, been performing and had an incident where you had to take a shit?
Oh, practically every time. Practically every time. Yeah, I have very bad stage anxiety. I've been working on it a little bit, but one of the symptoms, I get bubble gut, I get nasty. I gotta go, and then I'm like anxious that if I run to the bathroom, that I gotta go up while I'm taking a shit, so I don't go. I just wait until afterwards, and it's terrible. It's terrible. It's
Tickles,
really bad.
can I ask you a question?
Of course, yes.
You just said bubble gut.
Yes.
Is that a clown term or is that?
It's something I've heard friends of mine and family members use. It's essentially when you get kind of like a lot of gas and a lot of discomfort in your stomach, kind of bubbles up. It's bubble gut, feels like it's bubbling. It's the acidic acids in there. I assume. I never questioned it.
I've had bubble gut. I never called it bubble gut, but I've definitely had that where the gas builds
What
up.
would you compare it to? Is it just like acid reflux or?
I'm getting it a lot now because I have the scars from the recent transplant, and when I get like the gas, it builds up and pushes against the scar, and it's very uncomfortable. But even prior to the surgery, it can be so uncomfortable, especially if you're going on stage or at a circus and you're performing. So I really sympathize with you.
No. I appreciate it. Listen, you're the one that's got the surgery. I feel like you're taking the tougher battle for sure. I'm just a clown, So. Kudos to both of you guys for doing what you do, regardless of the struggles along the way.
Tickles.
Yeah, thank you, Tickles.
But
coming
from you.
The way you're supporting your mom though, that's really heroic.
Yeah.
I really think that's like
So
a wonderful,
sad,
really
Thank
respect.
Thank you.
Because we've both had the ostomy bag. We know how that struggle is, and especially it's great that you're coming in. And do you perform for her and cheer her up with a performance?
I try to from time to time. If she's feeling down. I don't do the clowning stuff so much. I get very aggressive with her because she knows that's not how I am at all. So she finds it hilarious, if I accuse her of sleeping around or doing stuff like that. I tell her that there's a cute Mexican guy I can hook her up with, and she's like, "No, I'm done with men. I don't want anything to do with them."
Sleeping around.
Yeah, it's funny stuff. You tell this stuff to your mother all the time, I'm sure, right? You're like, "Mom, are you sleeping around? What are you doing out there?"
No, well, my mom is single. Is your mother single?
Yeah, she's single.
So how can you accuse her of sleeping around? Does she not own her own body?
Well, it's very different in the clowning culture. We're very traditionalist in a sense. We believe in waiting till marriage.
Another marriage? Oh, like she has to get married first?
Yeah, you can't just divorce and then sleep around. You have to divorce, get married. You can cheat on your husband, but you can't sleep around before the marriage.
You need to have someone to cheat on, is what you're saying.
You can be infidelis. Infidelius?
Infidelio.
Yes, you can be infidelial with your partner, but only if you're in a committed relationship. It's funnier that way. It's a clowning thing.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, was there a clown wedding? What was the?
That's I feel a little rude to assume. We have regular weddings.
No, I don't know.
No, I understand. I apologize.
I'm trying to learn the culture.
We have regular weddings.
Okay.
It's in a church. It's not a circus or anything like that. I've had people ask that question. It's understandable. But no, regular weddings, yeah.
Is it safe to assume that those weddings are a bow tie affair?
I think it is safe to assume that, Kiwi. I do believe so. It is a bow tie affair. Instead of popping champagne, we call it horns. That is one way in which it differs. But
you're allowed to drink, though.
Am I allowed to drink?
Clowns are allowed. The clown community is allowed to drink.
Seltzer water, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can drink as much,
as much seltzer as
vodka and seltzer. It's got to have seltzer in it.
What about pies?
Pies. Well, we can only have cream pies.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the only kind of pies we like in the clowning community. Big, delicious cream pies.
I like cream pies as well.
Popped in our face, just all over us, dripping all over. It's a very nice feeling to have a cream pie on you. It's a very nice feeling.
I've seen clowns get hit with multiple pies. What's the most amount of pies to the face you've ever taken? Cream pies.
Well, for me, the most I've ever done is maybe like 4 in a night. But there used to be this guy back at Clown College. Man, let me tell you, I heard a rumor that he once had like half of the class cream pie in. Yes, it was.
Damn.
I mean, listen, he's doing really well for himself now, but back at Clown College, he was wild. Shout out to Bongo.
Yeah, Bukkake Bongo there.
Bukkake Bongo, yes.
Yeah.
They did call him that. That's the Japanese word for delicious pie.
That's right. That's what it means in English. The Japanese to English translation is delicious pie. And of course, the clowns who are watching probably can relate to this and who have gone through the clown college experience.
Yes.
How would you say it differs from? We went to Hunter. He went to Hunter. I went to Baruch. How would you say it differs from like a college in New York City?
Well, I think you're learning a lot more valuable things at Clown College. Your average college is going to teach you like math, social sciences maybe, but in Clown College you're finding yourself, because a lot of people don't get in touch with that side of themselves. They think it's all about career and money and goals, whatever that is. But I think there's something higher to aspire to in Clown College. That's what our professors taught us.
Yeah, I mean, when you graduate from Clown College, what is the job situation like? Because I know I graduated with a marketing degree, and they were like showing me the places you can get marketing jobs. Did they try to help you land a job clowning?
Well, you're kind of sold into indentured servitude for Wrigley or Big Apple Circus.
Barnum and Bailey.
Barnum and Bailey, that's a big one. They buy clowns wholesale from the colleges.
Sad, yeah.
Once you're bought in by one of them, you're there for at least a minimum of 5 years.
Oh, I thought it was 7.
No. It used to be 7, but then Congress got involved. They shortened it a little bit, so it is only 5 now.
That's good.
Which is
5 years,
much more reasonable. Like who's gonna be an indentured servant for 7 years?
And I'm glad Congress stepped in. Usually those Washington fat cats don't care about the clowns, so I'm glad they stepped in to do something.
Yeah, we've got a couple clowns in Congress, if you know what I mean.
Tickles taking names tonight. I like it.
Yes, tackling all the important issues here. But Clown College is that's my opinion of it. I would say.
What is the name of your alma mater, Tickles?
Schmoogly Boogly Boogly Boo, which is clown for. We achieve the highest because we dream the hardest.
Oh, yes. The hardest.
Yes.
Is it a TM after that?
Yes, the hardest.
The hardest.
Hearts.
I like that.
I don't know how you know that. How did you know that?
Oh, I mean,
somebody's been dabbling in their
yeah, I got a cousin or two.
You know what? You get one of these. Ow! Get that. You get a quick one. You get a quick one for that. That was good.
Do they have a graduate school? Because
no, they don't have a graduate school. What's the term of those colleges where you learn how to weld?
like
a vocational school.
They have vocational clown school where you learn how to like repair, unicycles and build clown horns and stuff like that.
Juggling?
You learn how to paint the balls that are used in juggling. It's a very hard process.
But you don't learn how to actually juggle.
No, they teach you that in clown school, and then in vocational clown school, they teach you the actual mechanics of it. How to abuse an elephant to get it to do what you want. Stuff like that. It's very basic stuff.
Yeah,
Mike Kramer. Mike Kramer, very funny stand-up comedian, is a clown. It's his day job, I know. And yep.
Where does he clown?
Where does he clown at birthday parties?
Birthday parties, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever see him
that's
around?
that's a respectable form of clowning. I appreciate people who do that because I do not work well with children. I just don't.
What was your experience working with children?
It ended in a lawsuit from the family, so I'm not allowed to talk about it. There was some written agreements, but it did end poorly.
You signed them?
I did, with a very oversized pen. It's about 3 times the size of my hand.
Well, I mean, they should expect that from a clown, but you settled.
Yes, I settled. My signature was basically the pen exploding out of the paper, but that counts in clown law.
Was your lawyer also a clown?
No. What are you, nuts? I'm not going to get a clown as a lawyer. You want me to lose? Come on.
Did you win? But you still had to pay. You settled.
There was a settlement. It was a much smaller amount than they initially wanted, but I would say it was a win overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame you can't talk about it because I'd love to know the details. But yeah, I understand. Do you get that like cease and desist? And
Yeah.
you know-
I mean, one thing I can say is that several children were left permanently blind.
One thing that was in the clause. He's legally allowed to say
That was one thing I wanted to include just because it leaves a lot to the imagination, which is what clowns want, you know?
yeah, I mean,
It really does, but not in a good way.
I think in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Maybe we
gonna-
can disagree on that.
I'm just thinking about you blinding kids.
Who said I did it? Listen, my argument was that it was not my fault at all, okay? So you're sounding like the parents. You're sounding like the parents.
whose side are you on, Kiwi?
Are you my left side or my right side?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm directly across from you.
yeah.
Because one side is space and one side is language.
So where are you performing now that you're banned from children's parties?
Wherever I can, weddings I do a lot of. Sometimes they'll hire me for the occasional orgy, which is kind of weird, but, it's whatever
Are you
gets their
clowning
rocks
or are
off.
you stuffing? Are you fucking?
No. I don't sell my body in that way. No, I'm usually performing. I do a quick 10 to open, and then another quick 10 to end the night. After everybody's all sticky.
What do you do in the middle? Do you go home or do you stay?
I mainly just watch.
You take off. You're not.
Well, that's part of it. The part of the contract is I have to watch. That's part of it. I don't necessarily enjoy it when you're doing it, every week for a year, but you do what you can.
But the orgy advertises there will be a clown here, so people know.
Yeah, that's a pivotal part of it. I would say, I'm really the glue that holds it together.
Yeah, or the cream.
Yes, I am the cream in the pie.
That's
yes,
right.
yes, it's a very good analogy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's great because I think the orgy community really is enhanced when they have a clown in the room. And are there people with clown fetishes who then see you and they like, oh, I want to have sex with you because they're so attracted to clowns?
Well, the thing is, you can only watch your wife get banged in front of you by strangers for so long before that becomes the norm. So you got to do things to spice it up. You got to bring in clowns. I've seen dwarves in there before. I've seen back when he was still alive, there was Gilbert Godfrey one night.
Oh, interesting.
Legend.
Yeah, legendary comedian Gilbert Godfrey. May he rest in peace.
Yeah,
Good
of course.
I'm sorry, I have to just.
Sure.
Gilbert was a great comedian.
He was a great man.
Now, did he headline or did you headline? Or was it kind of like you both did?
Yeah.
It was kind of like we both, we played off each other. I don't want to say I'm in the same degree of clown or comic as him, but
or cucking.
Well, we never did any cucking. He was not a cuck. He was a very strong family man. He didn't believe in
he
it.
didn't do that?
But he did participate in the orgies in terms of watching and
And
performing.
forcing you to watch.
He did the Affleck duck voice a lot.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
mainly what he did, but
Most likely.
Yeah.
that's mostly what he did.
And were people getting turned on when he did the Affleck duck voice?
I would assume so. Everybody seemed like they were having a good time. Nobody stopped.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that's so. How many people were at this orgy with Gilbert Godfrey?
It depends on the night. Sometimes you'd have like one guy. Other times you'd have like 2 or 3. It was, And then on the really good nights, that's when you would have like 40 or so. And that was like a little too much, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a big
Nobody-
range.
3 is plenty for an orgy.
I mean, 3 sounds like a small orgy, and it's all guys.
No, there's a mixture of people. Sometimes it was all guys. Sometimes it was all chicks. Sometimes it was mostly chicks, some one guy,
Oh, that's a lucky guy. He's got the clown and a bunch of girls. It sounds like he's in. No, you're.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, just imagine all of the orgasms you're responsible for.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's like being James Bond or something, You failed the world. It's terrible.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, of course,
Tickles?
yes.
What do you think about this?
That's very good form. Very good form. Your pace was good. The pitch was nice. I'd rank that a 7 out of 10. That was very solid. You're really impressing me today with your clowning repertoire and knowledge. It's very nice. It's refreshing.
Thanks,
It's refreshing.
Tickles.
Did you study professionally, or that's just
That is a natural thing I have. I think it's strengthened over the years because now I can't fart, when you get the disease.
Yeah.
excuse me. Like Dave and I will generally will pass gas on the toilet because if you
Yeah.
have a fart coming, it's a gamble. You know, you
Yes,
probably
yeah. My mother told me about that. She says like, well, because I think her bag is located like on her stomach or chest.
Have you seen her bag before?
I have. I've seen a bag. She lives in Illinois, so I don't get to see her very often. But I was there for about a week, and I was helping her out with some stuff. And
This was after her surgery.
Yeah, this was after her surgery. She was in a couple months after, so she was feeling okay. But yeah, she told me how at one point I think she had eaten something that gave her a lot of gas. And she was in public, and then the bag burst open basically. So it's
We've
rough.
both been there before.
And with her, she doesn't have a car, so she's got to take public transit back and try to clean herself up in a public restroom. I can see how that's very embarrassing and difficult, but she's handling it. She's handling it quite well.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And then, so when you were there for the time you did spend with her, what was your experience as like a caretaker for your mom?
I mean, she's pretty self-sufficient. Once she healed from the surgery, she was doing her own thing. The whole family was very grateful that our aunt, who lives within the same state, was able to go there. Her husband also had the same type of cancer, same issue. So she already had some experience with this. So she went down there and she was helping my mother out a lot with showing her how to like clean it and take care of it and change it and all that stuff. So I think my aunt was really the one who did most of the physical caretaking. I was there more so for the emotional side. I think calling her every day, letting her vent about how awful it is.
Yeah.
Sending her food so she doesn't have to cook. Stuff like that. Just the little stuff.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Were there any tips or tricks you picked up that you could help out maybe some of the other ostomates out there who are struggling with this, and anything that your mom or your family has noticed?
Well, nothing in particular for the ostomy, just because I wasn't super directly involved with that portion of it. But I did learn a few things about people who are going through chemotherapy. One thing is a lot of times they get a very strong iron taste in their mouth when they're receiving chemo. But apparently what helps is ginger candy. So I sent her like 1,000 pieces, like a big bulk bag of ginger candy. And she said she never once got the iron taste in her mouth, not once. So that apparently helps out a very large amount. Wow. Also send lotions, make sure it doesn't have any chemicals or artificial scents in there, because that can be abrasive to the skin, but your skin dries out a lot. And yeah, I think the main thing that I would say is just be there for the person, Let them know that you're there. Let them know that what they're going through, it's fine to feel upset by, It's okay to be emotional about it. And yeah, just be there for the people you love. Try to do your best.
Yeah, that's wise words from Tickles the Clown.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
The tip I heard from my friend who had the bag was and especially if your mom's in public, was he would spray around the bag so the smell wasn't as strong.
That was something my aunt had got her. Yeah, it was a spray that was supposed to reduce the odor and stuff. So once she got that, she seemed really, really good with it. And yeah, I think she's adjusted now.
When you call the health insurance people and they send the supplies, you can choose a free deodorizer, which if you pour a few drops into the bag, it helps to neutralize the odor.
Very nice. Very nice.
Because sometimes the odor can be...
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine so. I mean, listen, it's
it's a bag of poop.
Contents of poop.
Yeah,
it's a bag of poop.
Warning: may contain poop. Yeah. So you said your mother had colon cancer. Is
yes.
What it was? That was type
stage
of
4
cancer?
colon cancer. I believe they removed about 40% of her colon. It was like the lower colon towards the rectum.
Yeah. Why?
So, yeah.
Did you mind? Was there a reason why they didn't just take the whole thing out, or?
I could also be speaking from lack of information, but from what I can recall, the phone calls I've had with her, they didn't need to remove
That's great.
all of it, from my understanding. I think they removed a portion of it because it was maybe in that one particular spot, very condensed. They didn't have to worry about it spreading to other areas. In regards to the treatment side and the surgery side, I just go off what she tells me, you know. So I could be giving you wrong information.
No,
she may have
sense.
had the whole colon.
The colon has, it's the the jejunum, duodenum, and the ileum. I believe it could be the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Do you have it? Is it? No, it's okay.
No, it's okay. I mean,
okay. But I believe it's the duodenum.
But I mean, imagine she's trying to avoid bubbles. Like, you're very into seltzer as a clown. And
Yes.
I imagine that's
Oh.
not good for your mom.
No, I got to keep the seltzer away from her. I can't just force feed her it anymore. Can't waterboard her with seltzer anymore. None of that fun stuff. That
Cream pie
families
should
used
be
to
able
do.
to go down okay, though.
Cream pies are fine, yeah. Me and my mother, we don't really talk too much about the cream pie she receives or doesn't receive. But I would imagine
Like
she's.
if you were to bake her a pie, like...
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just... Okay.
What are you referring to?
Tickles going.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you have an excess amount of cream pies. So if you were
Yes.
to maybe, I don't know the shipping process of getting a cream pie from New York to Illinois. But
Well, you ship it in bulk. You save on costs. You don't use trucks or airplanes. You just use circus elephants. Saves a lot of money. I mean, a couple of them are going to die in the journey, but they're like a dime a dozen.
So did you start clowning in Illinois or when you came to New York?
When I came to New York, I really I really fell into the performing side of clowning. I think in Illinois it was more of a lifestyle for me, but then in New York I realized, I got to show people what I'm about. I got to show them the Tickles name.
Yeah. I mean, how does the clown scene in a major city like a Chicago compare to New York?
Well, a lot more clowns are getting shot in Chicago. So that's unfortunate.
Well, you had that incident with your unicycle, so
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that was in New York.
yeah, I'm saying there's clown
clowns
discrimination all around this country, and I'm sick of it. I am
tired of it.
sick of it. Clown lives matter.
Absolutely.
Crime has gone up recently with, COVID, I don't know, whatever.
Yes.
Whatever is going on in the world. So is that contributing to the clown crime? That's like, I feel like, because New York crime especially has supposedly gone up.
Well, there was a spike in clown-related hate crimes when there was that whole theory about us starting the pandemic that came out.
I heard that. Yeah.
And people were like, the clowns did it. They had it in their cream pie. They were putting bats in their cream pies.
I heard that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, sure, explore the idea, but don't go attacking clowns. We're just regular people, like you or you. We're trying to live our lives.
I mean, and then even while that was happening, then the Joker movie was really big. How did that affect you guys?
Oh, that was really bad for clowns.
Huh?
I mean,
Really?
You imagine me trying to walk into a movie theater to see that, huh? I mean, what are people thinking? They're looking at me. I gotta be like, listen, all my backpack has is cream pies. I don't have any firearms.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm sure they felt like idiots when there wasn't even a single shooting during that movie. Freaking jerks.
Yeah, those people who dress up like clowns and then shoot a bunch of people, that's making a bad name for really respectable clowns like yourself who are trying to positive clowns.
It's absolutely disgusting when you see stuff like that, because one of the first things they teach you in clown college is clowning is not about mass shooting people. It's about making people laugh, making people giggle, having a good time. That's the essence of clowning.
As in stand-up comedy, it's similar.
Yeah, and I think if there's going to be a mass shooting, it should be with seltzer.
Wow. Let me just go. No, that's funny, actually. I like that. A seltzer mass shooting would actually, that's kind of like when they do it in India with the paint. I imagine it'd be like that.
Yeah,
Maybe we can do
Holy, yeah.
Yeah, holy and then seltzery to wash it off.
Yeah.
Just imagine getting chased down Wall Street by clowns with seltzer guns.
I mean, if you ever went on in Disney World, they'd have those 4D movies, and then they'd shoot kind of water on you during the film, kind of like that, but with seltzer and a clown. I think that'd be exciting if you're watching like a Batman movie, and then all of a sudden a clown came into the theater and just shot seltzer at you. You'd be like, oh, that's great.
It'd be great. Hilarious gag. We got to get you in touch with my PR team.
PR, is that short for Puerto Rican?
Yes, it's my Puerto Rican public relations department. It's to help clowns have better relations with the Puerto Rican community.
I don't want to rate on the Puerto
No,
Rican
of
too.
course.
When I was a kid, I actually had a very bad experience with one of those at Disney World in Florida. It was Disney World,
Okay.
right? I was at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and there like rats in the movie, and they had like a string go against your on the floor.
Yes,
and
I was on this.
Oh my god! I barely kept my head on.
That sounds very.
It was so
terrifying.
traumatic. I cried. My mom took me out fed me, you know,
How old were you?
like for 18, you know.
18. Wow.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I have a similar story if you'd like me to share.
Sure.
Maybe
that-
you think you should.
Yeah, of course.
If you'd like me to.
I would like. Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
yeah, of
I
course.
thought my story was pretty good and that it would be enough.
It's not a competition.
Well, this is to relate, not. I'm not competing you.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
yeah, because you know I'm one of the hosts on the show.
I'm sorry. Should
Okay.
do you want me? Just do an emergency honk.
Okay. all
Let's
right.
hear, let's,
Tickles?
I want
All
to
right.
hear. I want to hear Tickles' story.
Try to redeem yourself now, Tickles.
So the same thing. I was like in high school, right? I'm like 17. I think I'm a big old strong guy. One night I go down a YouTube rabbit hole of UFO videos and alien abduction videos, interviews with an alien. There's this really weird video where he's like, "Yeah." And then that night, this is the only time it's ever happened in my life. I didn't realize what was happening at the time. I had a night terror. And the night terror was that I was being abducted. And it was hot in the summertime. I'm sweating from fear, from how bad it is. I awaken and I feel like I'm levitating above my bed. And because, night terror, you're paralyzed because your brain turns your body off. So I'm like, oh my God, the aliens are trying to abduct me. Ah! And the fan above my bedroom, I thought that was the whirring of the spaceship. Like, wah, 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 wah. And I eventually woke up from it, but I'm like covered in sweat. I run to my mom's bedroom and I'm like, Mommy, Mommy, please. Terrified for so long. A week later, the power goes out in our apartment. I thought it was the aliens again.
Damn.
Very terrifying. Yeah.
Wow, that's scary.
Very scary.
Did you have an accident?
Terrifying. I didn't have an accident, but
Okay.
I, like I said, covered in sweat. Only time it's ever happened. Such a weird experience.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Oh.
That really happened, Tickles.
I mean, I don't know if it was really aliens or not, but could be. Could have
Oh,
been.
jeez.
But it did actually happen. It was very terrible.
And you've only ever had one night terror.
Thankfully, I stopped watching. YouTube videos of aliens.
Yeah.
Stick to strictly cream pies now. Cream
Yeah.
pie videos.
Gotta do your research.
I think when you get older, you gravitate more towards cream pie videos, and when you're younger, aliens. I found like I would watch a lot of alien videos when I was under the age of 13, and then after that, I just got really into these cream pie videos.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of cream pie compilations out there, which is really great because a lot of times what they used to make you do, like back when I first got on the internet, you had to watch the whole video, and at the end they would do the cream pie.
Yeah.
They do a lot of gags and build up to when they finally throw it in his face. But now, you go to certain websites, they got like hour-long cream pie compilations,
God.
and you're just
Multiple
sitting
hours.
there like, whoa.
Multiple hours.
Just
See the same guy get
drop
cream.
after drop after drop of thick gooey cream. It's like,
Yeah.
my God, how many of these did they film?
Oh yeah, it's like it puts. We said what was that number on the clown college? I think it was like half a dozen. I mean, puts that to shame. The
Yeah.
ones on the internet. Oh, some of these and some of the international ones.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't even get me started on the Japanese cream pies.
Oh, the
The
bukkakis.
clowns over there, they are
blur
doing
those
something
out,
else.
too. They blur those
Very
out.
revolutionary.
I think the Japanese clowns are really advanced, and what they're doing, I have so much respect for the art form and for the amount of cream they could take. I mean, aren't you impressed as a clown?
Yeah, especially when you consider their overall body mass, like the amount of cream that they're taking, the amount of cream pies. I'll be honest, I don't think I could do more than 2 dozen at any given time. And, over there, they're taking sometimes hundreds in a single video.
Oh, and
It's ridiculous.
men, women, I've seen they all, just sitting there, just covered in cream,
Oh.
and just
It's beautiful.
it's fantastic. And I recommend if you're out there when you get done with this, look up some cream pie videos, especially the Japanese cream.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're gonna be blown away.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I mean, there's not much better out there.
And turn your safe search off because you'll get you'll get the real stuff.
Oh, yeah, because, otherwise you keep safe search on, they're going to blur out the guy's face.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to see the guy who's getting hit with the cream pie.
All right.
Said a couple of
You know.
questions about your mom, Tickles.
Bring him on. Listen, I'm an open clown book.
So how long after surgery did you visit her?
It was a while because it was basically right as the pandemic was, like, I think a year into the pandemic, so things weren't really relaxed at all.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wait to make sure she was recovering from her
Oh,
surgery,
yeah, it's
didn't
tough.
accidentally give her COVID. And it's I also got to just take time off work and make sure she's got a place for me to stay and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think it was within a year after her surgery, within like all of the stuff going on, because she had the chemotherapy, and then she had the surgery afterwards. And I was calling her up every day, just checking in on her, making sure she was doing good. And oh man, she had some low points, man.
Before you go any further, Tickles, I want to ask, because we wanted to have you on here to talk about, like, the show is called Turdsville. We talk about stomach related stuff and like how it is from a caretaker's point of view, because my mom dealt with it, Dave's mom dealt with it. We have parents and families and friends who helped us so much, you being, one of them for your mother. How did you find out that your mother had cancer, and how did it feel at the time, if you don't mind talking about it? What was going through your head,
Yeah, no, I don't mind talking about it. I mean, it's I've sort of healed from it, I've got more perspective on it. The outcome was thankfully, it was a good outcome. But at the time, when you hear that your mother has stage 4 cancer especially, you're like, oh, okay, there's a very good chance that she's going to die. Yeah. And it really put things into perspective for me. Because up until that point, I would call her every now and then.
Yeah.
If I remembered to do so. But then when you hear news like that, she basically called me up and she told everybody in the family individually. And she was very emotional when she was doing it, and she had to do it for every single person. And she doesn't really have too many people in her life. She has my younger sister, but my younger sister stepped up to the game to help her where she could, and so did the rest of my family. But yeah, there were low points for me as well. Low points for my mom. There were parts where she talked about how she didn't want to go to chemo anymore. She just wanted to let it kill her. She didn't want to have to keep fighting anymore. She didn't want to go through the pain, the suffering of it all, because she's had a very difficult life overall. So, this as the cherry on top, so to speak. This is all real.
Oh yeah,
Bad choice of words, but it's all very real and serious.
Yeah, of course.
But no, for her to go through that, it was a very difficult time. And I would call her every day, let her vent, let her cry, let her do her thing, let her know, listen, just keep going, keep doing the thing. If there's anything I can do, let me send you food. You don't got to cook. You don't got to worry. Because she was just tired from the chemo. She was tired from day-to-day life in general. So it was very, very difficult for that entire process. But I tried to be here for her as much as I was able to, given the circumstances. And I think, the whole family helped her as much as they could. And I think that was really important, is just being there for that person, letting them know that you're there, your presence, whether it's a phone call, whether it's, just like a text message telling them you love them, or sending them a funny little, there's a lot of things you can do. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture of care. The small stuff adds up a lot.
There's something I was curious about as you're saying that. So you had to visit her during the pandemic, and as a clown, was it difficult with the COVID swab getting the nostril test with your nose?
Well, what they do, sort of like when they have to do the finger in the butt thing.
Yeah.
They take you into a separate room. They allow you to take the clown nose off. They don't watch when you do it. They have one person who watches. He himself or she herself is an ordained clown, so it's perfectly legit. We're allowed to remove our noses in front of other people. It's not like as strict as that Mandalorian guy.
It sounds like Mandalorian.
It's a little Mandalorian-ish.
Yeah, but it sounds like the lead character of Mandalorian.
How do they have an ordained clown present at every single TSA?
Listen, once again, you would be surprised the amount of power that clowns have in government, especially at the federal level. We have a lot of sway,
Yeah,
We're gonna have our head shot in the next week, you and I.
No way. I mean, look, we all know the United States is run by clowns.
No comment.
I didn't say it.
No comment about that.
Dash DP.
No comment about that.
I'm getting crazy with the political views here. Yeah.
Next thing you're going to say is that 2 of them didn't die during World War II. Those 2 clowns died.
I'm not getting into that clown World War II controversy.
Yeah, there's always controversy with everything clown related, but it's okay.
Oh, no,
That's clowns taking it stride.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, what's happened in the past, but I know that present day, there's definitely some clowns in Congress.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some clowns in Congress. And on the Supreme Court. And in this room.
Yeah, I mean, I see the decisions they're making, and I say, this must be made by a clown.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, because here's the thing. Clowns don't go off logic. They don't go off what would be best for the nation.
No.
They go off what would be the wackiest thing to do right now. What would be the wackiest policy to enact, you know? Like, let's build a wall. Isn't that wacky? That's silly.
That is pretty wacky.
It's pretty wacky,
That's
you know?
wacky,
It's pretty wacky. That's what clowns do.
That's how it feels right now in America in 2022. Yeah, it's like, it feels like it's really, we're in a clown era.
Yeah, but you know, there's been eras like that every generation before, so don't let yourself get scared about that. It'll come, it'll pass. You're gonna deal with some stuff, but you know, just be there for your moms and your friends and enjoy the cream pies.
I have to be. No, you want to?
Oh no! Say what you're gonna say.
Wherever, take this wherever you want to go.
I just wanted to say, I do with Tickles. I don't know if you found this during your recovery. A lot of people reach out when you get sick and they say, "Hey, let me know if I can do anything for you." And they put the onus on you to say, "You let me know if I can do anything for you." But if you reach out to the sick person, like as you called your mom every day, or you do something specific, the specific gestures are so important, like sending food. Like I had Buster, we had on the pod, his mom was lovely, my friend Max, his mom who was lovely. They would, like his mom makes this banana cake and she was like, "Oh, I know Kiwi likes the banana cake. I'm going to bake it." She would tell it to mom, "I'm going to bake him a cake." And my mom would say, "Oh, he can't really." "No, I'm going to bake it." And she would show up with cake. This happened like 3 separate times. Buster's mom would make me a chicken, just fucking salt and lemon, because she knew it was all I could eat. Like these specific things. And I had randos like reaching out like, "Hey, let me know if I can do." I'm not going to let you know. Can you do anything for me? What are you, my surgeon? Like, can you operate on me now? Yeah. Can you find a cure? Do you have a cure?
No, I can relate to this recently. I was on, prior to my transplant a number of weeks ago, I was on dialysis and I remember I was telling a friend of mine how I had such a bad dialysis session that I physically was in so much pain I couldn't like cut my meal. And my friend said, "Oh, well, next time that happens, let me know. I'll come over. I'll help you." I'm like, really? Yeah. I'm gonna call you out of the blue, and you're just gonna come over to cut my
when your fingers are already so fucked up.
It's like it's just not realistic. But it's like it's nice that they say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the intention is good.
Yeah, but at the same end, you're like, all right, well, it's my body that's having the issue. My body that's kind of dealing with this medical crisis, this health crisis, that's physically unable to do a simple task like cutting food. So it's like the gesture's nice, but then what you're saying with actually reaching out and actually sending things and actually like the ginger candies, like that's beautiful.
Even if it's just a card sending something, I mean, it means so much when you're.
I would say like if you see a person get hit in the head with a wrench, don't wait for them to ask you for help. Just go help them. You know, go give them a little bit of love.
Yeah, kindness goes a long way.
Oh yes, really. Absolutely.
And specificity, like in comedy, is such an important thing. You know, as in life. You know, if you're talking to a partner, you're not going to tell her you're beautiful. You're going to say, "I love your hair because you're beautiful."
Yeah. Or your nose looks great. Love your big red juicy nose. I want to suck on that big red juicy nose of yours.
Do you find when dating as a clown that you have to go towards women who have a clown fetish, or do you just go with the normal dating channels?
Well, I mean, it's nice that women out there do have clown fetishes. I don't mind that, but I don't want that to be the only thing they like about me. You know, I want a gal who likes me for who I am underneath the clown stuff, you know?
I'm glad you brought that up, Tickles, because I do, and you can speak on this as well, I do enjoy when women fetishize me for being Jewish. Do you find that as well? when women fetishize me for being Jewish, do you like that? Or?
I will take it any way I can get it. So if they like me because I'm a Jew, because I'm a comic, because you're a clown, whatever, like... It's whatever you got.
Take it where you got it.
Take it where you can get it. You know, it's like if you got
a sexual object because of your Judaism.
I can't say that a girl directly said to me, "I'm sleeping with you because you're Jewish."
Try it.
How does that manifest exactly? That's what I'm curious about. Like, does she make you wear the star while she's riding you?
All of the above. He's got to hang out in the right place.
Where's the right place?
Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. You have to show me this another
Brooklyn?
night.
It would be Brooklyn, wouldn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, hey, more power to them, but it's I'm really curious about how that manifests.
Yeah.
Like, what do they say to you? While like, are they like, oh yes,
Usually I'll be addressed as Mr. Kosher Cock.
Mr. Kosher Cock,
Yeah.
very nice.
It's
I
very
like that.
nice. Yeah.
Mr. Kosher Cock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys.
Hey, is that a dill pickle in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me?
It's actually my penis. And then at the end, sorry. And then at the end, when they, when we're almost reached the.
I think you mean.
Exactly what Mr. Tickles said. When we reach the end, she'll say, "Please, can you give me that kosher cum?" You know.
Kosher cum.
Sometimes she'll say, "Give me that kosher cum from that kosher cock."
Yes.
Give a little alliteration, double alliteration in there.
But you don't keep kosher.
I don't know, but
So-
she does.
Oh, I got
She
it.
eats
Okay.
kosher.
My penis. She
She
eats kosher.
chokes on
She
kosher.
chokes on kosher. Yeah.
She gags on kosher. She disappoints her parents with kosher.
See that I like. Like if she's rebelling by being with me, because nobody really gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like that you're Jewish.
It's insane that there's still people out there where you can find girls who are rebelling. Like their parents
know,
are
the
like,
girl-
don't date any
I lost
Jews.
my virginity to. Yeah.
To a woman whose
was-
parents were like, you can't have sex with a Jew.
She was very wasp. Yeah.
She was
Wow.
wasp.
And even the girl I'm with now, she's never been with a Jew before me. In Arizona, they don't really have a lot of Jews. I
There's a
guess.
couple of
Actually,
dry
they do.
ones.
Gary Shandling is from Arizona. A couple of what?
Dry ones. They're very dry out here.
Dry Jews.
Somebody
I'm sure they're all
needs to send
dry
those
out
Jews
there.
some water, okay? Get them some seltzer out there.
I have a friend who's a Jew. He's from Arizona, so I know.
Yeah, no, they do. I
multiple-
misspoke. They do have Jews out there. Maybe she just was waiting.
Yeah.
Didn't, yeah.
I mean, look, it's everyone who knows how many people this person has slept with, and then also
I know.
I'm sure you've asked this question.
I
'cause-
have.
Yeah, you.
She said I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Don't
I feel like that's a bad answer.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Or maybe
So-
that's just you assuming it's a bad answer, right? She's playing
Yeah.
mind games with you.
No, but she was like, she mouthed, it's a bad amount of people. She was like,
See, now that's her judging herself. It'd be way cooler if she was like 1,000.
Yeah.
And she just said it confident.
she just said 69 and punched me in the face.
There you go.
She's
That's
very
how you
cool.
do it.
She's very cool.
So she's fetishizing Jews. Does she like it when you wear a yarmulke or like a tallis, any sort of Jewish garb?
See, I don't do that because I don't want to get jizz on my dad's yarmulke.
All right.
Why would you wear your father's?
Yeah, you can get your own.
Don't you have your own? Can't you get
I
your
think I
own?
can afford that shit. They're nice. I don't wear cheap yarmulkes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you
where
wear,
get-
Prada? You wear
Yeah.
Prodica?
What do you get, Gucci yarmulkes?
Gucci yarmulke?
I actually saw a Gucci hijab the other day.
Oh, really?
No
Nice.
kidding. No kidding. But my dad, it's from Ann Capote. Shout out Ann Capote. Send us some merch, some Turdsville.
Some Turdsville
Yeah,
yarmulkes?
that'd be
Gladly wear
so,
I'm
blasphemous.
happy to produce and sell Turdsville yarmulkes if there's
That'd be
demand.
great,
Just
yeah.
DM your BMs.
God would
and-
love that.
Is it okay if a non-Jew wears a yarmulke as
Oh, of
long as they're
course.
not doing it as like a gag or something? If they like genuinely just think it's a cool hair thing? Like, like a sombrero or something? Be honest. You can be honest. If you say, no, it's not okay, that's
Just
fine.
as I wish you hadn't have explained so much.
Oh, okay. I should have just left it at,
You
can I
just-
wear one?
Yeah, you just said, is it
Yeah.
okay if a non-Jew wears it? You said a cool hair thing. Yes, but Tickles, anything you want to do. Anything you want to do is cool, because I know you only have.
If you guys want to wear clown noses, I am perfectly fine with
Really?
that. You can all wear clown noses. It's fine.
Krusty the Clown, Jewish clown.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jewish clown. There's a lot of famous Jewish clowns.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Honkity, honkity, honk.
I think that leads us into our next segment, which is our DM your BM questions from our Turdsville audience. We like to get a clown's perspective. We've never had a clown perspective on these questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Producer
great.
Colin has the questions for us.
All right, Colin.
First one's coming from Malwan. Describe your ideal bathroom setup.
Oh, right. Well,
Great
this is
question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the way I have my home set up because
Great
I have a bidet.
Yeah, Dave has a very nice bathroom. I saw it. Very nice.
Yeah, so I have a bidet, the Toto bidet, very nice bidet, cleaned
Those
up.
are great.
Yeah, and especially the winter got that seat warmer. I'm not using it now because it's like 90 degrees out at the time of recording this. But when the winter comes, my butt is warm. I actually get excited to go home and sit on the toilet because I know I'm going to have a warm seat. It's a thing of beauty. The only downfall of my current bathroom setup is the bidet. It's somehow connected where I have to have the light on in order to have the electricity on in the bathroom. So the bidet has to kind of power on every time, and it's almost like greets me, like the little head of the bidet comes out and is like, "Hey, Dave," and I'm like, "What's up? I'm gonna shit on you." And then I go and I have to wait for it to kind of recede before I lay down a D.
You should feel like a Gundam pilot or something, you know? You're like powering up your mech suit, about to get you. I would imagine they have those. I would imagine they have bidets in the pilot seat, you know?
I think in that situation they would definitely have bidets because you wouldn't want to just wipe with toilet paper. It'd be too uncomfortable.
No, or wipe with your glove. I mean,
Oh no.
that's emergencies only.
You ever shit your pants?
Shit my pants once, and I got very close, and both of those happened within the span of like 2 weeks. So the first time, I almost crapped my pants, and I made it home in time. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm untouchable, baby."
How old were you?
I was like 22. Yeah, I was,
Double twos. Always hits it.
I was taking a bus home from work. I had Wendy's for lunch, and whatever was in that, I haven't had Wendy's since. Whatever was in that burger just
really?
didn't sit with me.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if you've had that, like shit your pants while riding the public bus, but you're like bouncing every single bump, and it just, it's just like, it's terrible. I got about halfway home. I was living in the suburbs at the time. It was the middle of summer, so it's hot, it's humid, and I stop in the middle of the street and I like collapse on myself, and it just comes pouring out of me, and it's like down my leg. And I'm just like limping like a wounded soldier back to my home, and clumps of shit are coming out of my pants.
Oh my God.
And I'm like looking around for neighbors just in case anybody comes near me. I can like cross the street. Somebody found my shit on the sidewalk that day, and I threw my pants out. It was terrible. I felt dirty. I felt very dirty.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
Tickles, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't keep those pants, Tickles.
Oh no! I mean, even it would be pretty funny if I kept them. It'd be pretty funny.
Wait,
We got off track.
we were
I feel
talking
like.
about what is your ideal toilet?
My bad.
Did you want to talk about your ideal bathroom setup?
Gosh, I mean, there's a universe of things I could say. I mean, I would have a couple like maybe like a like a maid in there or something. You know?
Very nice.
Wow,
Very
Got
nice.
this is
maiden,
a
yeah.
big bathroom.
Maid or a maid-in? Very
A maiden,
different.
like
Iron
a maiden,
Maiden?
no, like
Like
a
a
maiden voyage. You know,
Oh,
like I could
that's-
have a whole trip in my bathroom. I could
Very
go
nice.
from one, like an ideal bathroom. I was thinking earlier today, like if I had a whole TV and stuff in my bathroom, I'd probably just never leave.
It's funny you mentioned that. When I had really bad colitis, our producer Colin would come over. We were playing the Resident Evil games.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And
so good.
I'd set up a Twitch stream just to my iPad that I'd set up over the towel rack in my bathroom because I had to shit so much because of the colitis that I would be able to watch the gameplay
Hell yeah.
while I went to take a dump.
That's a pro gamer move. High five. Pro gamer move. It's very nice.
Yeah, so we since do that with all the Resident Evil games. When the new one comes out, him and myself and another friend of ours would gather in my apartment, and I would always set up the iPad so you can continue watching the gameplay even if you have to take a shit, which was usually me having to take a shit.
Would you leave the door open so you could talk to each other? Or?
I wasn't like that, but I mean, it was the thing about Twitch, it's on a little bit of a delay. So I would hear from my speakers like, some screaming crazy scene. And then I'd be like, all right, I know something's coming up. And then it would be that, but there'd be farting on my audio track.
You're like clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Clairvoyant bathroom.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, oh, geez. I'd say a lot of negative space.
A lot of negative
I
space.
want a lot of negative space because everything is so messy that's coming out of my backside.
Yeah.
If I just see it like clean. I remember learning this in school. Like, think about a rich person's home. It's a whole lot of nothing, you know, because they have so much space that they can afford to not have chairs and couches and everywhere. But I'd like a trampoline. I mean,
Trampoline would be nice.
Yeah.
In the bathroom?
No. But I want, because see, I can't have a bidet because the old Brooklyn apartment, it just can't, the one you get from the one from Amazon, you can't set it up with the. I think we've talked about this with the kind of plumbing.
Yeah.
There is, so I can't get a bidet, unfortunately. Maybe I would have a bidet in my ideal bathroom. Maybe
This is a fantasy.
It's a good
fantasy.
choice. Bidet's a very nice choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gosh, but yeah, and places to have books and my own a bathroom I can call my own.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point about the books. I'm putting the books on the top part of the toilet, which also prevents my friends from doing upper deckers.
Yeah,
but it's I put a good amount of books up there. And,
It's a sacrifice.
yeah, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a little more difficult. You got to move the books if you want to upper deck my toilet.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
The guy who narrated Harry Potter, you know this guy?
Not off the top of my head.
Great guy. We'll give his name here.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, it was Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
I think Tom
Brady did that, right?
Tom Brady, yeah, and his son, and
In between kissing his son, he was narrating.
go
just
and
the
then
audio
Voldemort.
The audiobook has long makeout sessions between him and his son in the audio booth.
Yeah,
He doesn't even drink water. He just kisses his son to wet his lips.
Yeah, no wonder he got re-signed to the Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Jim something is his name, and he would be there
Very nice.
to be able to talk.
To like narrate you through your poop?
Yeah. I could like ask him about his day and stuff.
I'd go more for a Morgan Freeman. But he doesn't recognize me at all. It's sort of like third person narration. You know, like,
Oh, that's good.
like Tickles squeezed tightly as his stool dripped from his buttocks. You know, something like that.
Morgan Freeman has a great dramatic voice, and I agree,
Yeah, it's a
Tickles.
good
That would be a
shitting voice,
good
yeah.
shitting voice to have to help you move your bowels.
What if they did Alexa, or like you know the Google
No, I don't like
driving
robot.
narration thing, but for pooping?
No, I don't like
celebrity
the,
poop
Hey,
voice
you know, I don't like
actors.
the robotic voice type deal.
That's
It makes me
fair.
scared. It
That's
scares
fair.
me. That TikTok, why is there no high in the hair? You know that voice?
That's a
when
real
you're
person.
there and there. That's not a real
No,
person.
it's a real person. That's not AI. That's a person that they keep captive, and she just records whatever
That
people
lady
want her
sucks. I hate that lady.
to. Well, what do you? If they keep her captive, what are you going to sound like after being forced to do that for so long?
Hey, thanks for coming.
All right, well, that's okay. Maybe you should get the job then.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Do we have any more
Tickles,
questions?
do you have your an ideal
Oh,
bathroom?
yeah, that's
ideal
right.
bathroom. Yeah, so polka dot floor, right? Because
Of course.
clowns have sensory issues. We got to be able to focus on polka dots to stay calm. Instead of toilet paper, one of those long rainbow handkerchiefs to
course.
wipe my ass with.
Yeah.
It will cost a lot to fix the plumbing issues, but it's worth it.
Yeah, you're gonna clog up the toilet that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm thinking maybe like a jar full of jelly beans so I can just snack while I'm pooping. You know, jelly beans are very nutritious for clowns.
Wow.
Yeah, and I imagine while you're moving your bowels, you definitely want to eat, right?
Yeah,
While
I
you're
mean,
wiping,
you
you
wanna,
definitely
if you're
wanna eat.
emptying, you got to refill. You know, you're not spilling gasoline onto a child just to, have no gasoline left.
Do you have a favorite jelly bean?
I'm a big fan of the red jelly bean. You know, the Starburst red jelly bean. The Starburst jelly beans are so good, so good.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, I know prepping for something like colonoscopy, you can't have those red jelly beans. So that would only be really nice occasions where you're moving your bowels, you're pounding on those red jelly beans, and do you find you get smooth movements coming out with jelly beans?
They come out like jelly beans. It's pebbles. It's little pebbles.
Little pebbles, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm like a scared deer in the forest, just dropping little pebbles everywhere I go.
That's beautiful. And I must be your body, because I know myself, I don't know about Kiwi, but I eat jelly beans. It kind of messes up my gut.
That
I haven't
is
had
probably
jelly
the
beans.
saddest part about what happened to you guys is the fact that you can't enjoy jelly beans.
Really? Yeah.
That's probably.
haven't
I
tried
would
it.
say as a clown, I would say that would probably be the hardest part for me.
Tickles.
Yeah.
I've been staring at the beautiful nose all day. I'm sorry.
Thank you, thank you. You're
What
so
is
kind.
what is this? What if I were to have a green nose or something? Why does it have to be red?
It does have to be red.
Is there a reason for
There's
that?
religious significance to it. It goes back to the the Rose Wars, which took place in Europe. A lot of jesters were enlisted into the feudal European armies. And the red was to signify their bloodlust. It was to signify that they were ready to die for their king and country. And clowns in battle that would run away would have metallic blue noses grafted onto their nostrils to signify them as cowards. So any other color other than red, there's mixed messages there. But red is to show that you're willing to kill peasants in name of your king and country.
I think that's great, and I think So you're saying the blue noses are very frowned upon. Is this like a Bloods and Crips kind of thing, but in the clown community?
Yeah, but instead of like Bloods and Crips, it's more like if it was Bloods and then some like cowards that you wanted to kill because of how cowardice they were. It's kind of like that. You know? It's not equal ground.
Yeah, we don't want to start a clown gang war here.
No. We got enough of that already between clowns and mimes. Don't get me started.
You said clown gangbang?
Freaking mimes. Uninspired, sad little clown.
We don't want to go down that.
We have
listeners.
I understand. I don't want to offend any mimes out there.
Are there ever any hipsters who like go around hipster clown? They'll put a blue nose on. I'll say fuck it.
Not really. I mean, we talked about the hipsters with the unicycles and stuff.
So you never see a blue
juggling
nose?
Bowling pins, stuff like that. But I'm used to seeing that stuff.
Yeah, I'm more of a clown fan. I find mimes to be extremely annoying. You ever run into a mime?
I just don't like the French.
Yeah.
Wow, that's probably the worst thing I've heard today. No, I'm joking. I hate the French.
It's true, right? It's true. I mean, it comes from a good place.
It comes from a very good place. It's called your instincts.
Yeah.
That's
called common sense.
That's centuries of evolution telling you not to be around those people.
I know, dude. I fucking hate the French.
But you like French fries?
Freedom fries. You remember 9/11?
I never forget.
Yeah.
We got any more questions from the audience?
Any more?
Before we go on a hateful rant?
Well, any more questions in the future, just DM your BMs to @Turdsville
Yeah.
Tickles, can you look into the camera and say DM your BM in a fun way? DM your BMs.
Hi there, I'm Tickles the Clown, here to remind you to wash your foreskin and to DM your BMs to the people here. Or else.
Wow, that's a threat from Tickles.
Yeah, that's a direct threat
to you. That's
wow. I just want to say, Tickles, we can't thank you enough for coming on this.
Well, thank you for having me on. This was a great time.
Yeah.
Tickles.
Thank you a lot for having me on.
And you are our first clown guest, and I hope not our last.
Hope, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, I got plenty of guys in my cellar I can bring on. If you want them, just let me know. I'll let them out.
We'll talk after the show about that. We gotta do a real. We have a long laundry list of guests to get on, but we do want to have more clowns and
of course.
no mimes.
No mind.
God, I swear, if I will file a class action lawsuit against this podcast.
No, we are a no mime podcast. If you're a mime, find somewhere else to talk.
Yeah.
Not Turdsville.
Hell yeah. All the residents of Turdsville, on behalf of Tickles the Clown, Mr. Diarrhea playing it over here, and me, and all the people of Rio de Janeiro, I just want to say, stay cool, stay classy, and stay brown. Thank you.